come in, sir?
Yes, please do.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Puru. Please sit down. You're Mr. Puru Dubey.
Yes, sir.
Puru, you're comfortable, relaxed, and English is going to be your preferred medium.
Yes.
So let us start. Puru, I can see, I would like to inform my fellow board members that Puru is basically from Ambedkar Nagar, Uttar Pradesh. Also that he has done his graduation from IIT BHU in civil engineering. It was in year 2021. What are you doing since then?
Sir, right from then I've been preparing for UPSC CSE and I've taken 4 attempts into UPSC and this is also my 3rd appearance in the interview.
Okay, so Puru, you did your IIT BHU civil engineering. I can see that you were what? 9.4, 9.5 ranker? CGPA 9.5, right? I've been to this beautiful campus at IIT BHU and I understand that being a gold medalist from IIT BHU means a lot. You are 9.45 CGPA.
Yes.
And this is a wonderful engineering institution.
Yes.
Still failed in giving its own civil engineering graduate topper confidence to appear in the civil services examination with the same subject from which you graduated from IIT BHU, 9.45 CGPA. Tell me what happened wrong, where this institution failed in imparting bit confidence in its own toppers.
Sir, I do not see it as a failure.
No, it's not your failure, it's IIT BHU's failure.
Sir, even IIT BHU's failure. I did like studying about civil engineering, but the decision to choose a different optional in the UPSC civil services exam.
Civil engineering is available.
Yes.
It's available, one of the options.
Yes, but I chose a different one, sociology as the optional, purely out of prudence and the exposure that I did not have about humanities subject. I found out that sociology has a great deal of overlap with the general studies papers and the guidance is easily accessible and the syllabus was something that I was comfortable with. I also thought that I would have the opportunity to learn something new because civil engineering itself was something that had happened to me accidentally and because of my rank in the JEE Advanced. And due to my sincerity and my discipline, I developed a taste for it. So I thought, why not a new discipline?
Okay, let us discuss civil engineering for a while. What are the ways of increasing workability of concrete? Methods of increasing workability of concrete.
So there are 2 ways that I can think of. The first would be increasing the water content of the concrete. So the second would be using specific chemicals which are called as plasticizers or super plasticizers, which enhance the workability of the concrete.
What made you assume that I am talking about the cement concrete and not the bituminous concrete? What was wrong in my question that you made an assumption that I'm talking about concrete cement and not, cement concrete and not bituminous concrete? You can't increase the workability of bituminous concrete by adding water. There is no water in bituminous concrete.
Sir, usually workability in cement concrete is generally talked about, and in bituminous concrete, workability is not something that is generally talked about. Instead, we talk about...
Is that not a factor in road construction?
It is indeed a factor, but the crucial factor that is taken cognizance of in bituminous concrete is the degree of viscosity grading of the bituminous material that is being used and not workability of the concrete.
Puru, you have taken sociology as your optional. If you look at the current sociological processes that's going on, you must have studied about religion, you must have studied about sects, you must have studied about cults. And we do see all these 3 operating parallelly in our society nowadays. Can you just differentiate between the 3 and tell me which one is more dangerous for the society? The religion, the sect, and the cult.
So before answering such a question, I would like to clarify that these 3 terms are Western imports and they developed due to specific historical conditions in the Western society. Religion was understood as an institutionalized religion and something like Christianity or Islam or Jew religion. Sects were those groups which broke off away from the institutionalized religions and developed a new way of thinking. They were quite insular, and in sociology we also say that the marginalized section had developed new sects for better representation in these religions. Cults are seen as innovations in religion, in that they combine different elements of a variety of religions, and they are quite open in nature, and it would be difficult to call them religion in strictest sense also, because they work and operate like entrepreneurial ventures, to say. As far as the dangerous nature of religion or sect or cult is concerned, I don't think they are inherently dangerous. Some cults in the history may have professed about the end of the world, or may have encouraged their followers to.
Can you just give me examples from Indian society? This is the example of religion, this is the example of sect, this is the example of cult currently.
I'm sorry, sir, in the Indian context, the terms sects and cult and religion do not apply.
Is Arya Samaj a sect of Hindu religion?
One sect that comes to my mind is the Ramakrishna Mission, as a sect that developed in India in the 19th century. Cult, I would say the Osho movement, the Rajneesh movement would be better fit into this cult. And religion, as we can, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity.
Fine, thank you. So,
good afternoon, Puru. Your name sounds very mythological.
Sir, indeed it is very.
What does it refer to?
Sir, it means plenty or many. And regarding mythology, it has various connotations. In the Rig Veda, there is a particular mention of a clan, Puru, which partakes in the Dasrajan War and is on the losing side. Later we are told that this clan would have matrimonial alliance with the Kuru clan, which would with the Bharat clan, and which would later on become the Kuru clan.
What about the name cropping up in my mind, Pururava? You are aware of that personality?
Sir, I'm not aware of Pururava.
Okay, you will read about it. Forget. Is sociology a science or an art?
Sir, it's a complex debate that has been part of sociological discourse in the 20th century. While sociology started out as a scientific venture trying to understand society in a systematic and through a quantitative way, but later sociologists agreed that the ways of the natural science do not strictly apply to sociology. So sociology was refashioned as a science in spirit and not in letter. But I would also like to bring to your notice that the debate whether something is a science or not has somewhat become redundant in the present times. People argue that science, ascribing a discipline to science, reflects the inherent power structure of the intellectual circles of the society, and something that should also be looked into.
But there are thinkers in sociology, right from Comte, you start with him, and then Durkheim and others, who have been saying that this is a scientific study of society. Do they not say that?
They did say that. In fact, Comte wanted to create a scientific discipline out of society. Emile Durkheim, for that matter, also went on that line. This was how sociology began, because those were the days of the triumph of the natural sciences, when everything could be explained by it. However, as sociology matured, it developed a much more rational understanding, and many more discourses came to being in sociology.
Does sociology use hard data for its conclusions?
So sociology does use various hard data, and by using quantitative methods such as surveys, questionnaires, which create and census method, which provides us itself various data points for quantitative analysis. So yes, sociology does.
How this sociological analysis can help governments or administrations to improve the economy and the social cohesion within a society?
So sociology as a discipline allows us to study society as it is, and in that way it can be very instructive for the administration to understand the very nature of the Indian society and the problems and the direction in which the Indian society is moving. I'll take one example. For instance, the reality of caste in India. Sociology does inform us how caste has mutated and transformed into various domains of life, and this could be very instructive for the administration to craft policies for the development. Even in economy, if you say, caste does play a role not just in government institutions but also in private institutions, and that can be instructive for us as we try to move towards a much more just and equitable society.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Puru.
Good afternoon, sir.
What are those sectors where government of India has allowed 100% FDI in last 1 week or so?
Sir, I can remember of only one sector, which is the insurance sector, where the government has increased the FDI from earlier 74% to 100%.
There is one more sector, the atomic energy.
I was not aware of the exact details of the.
Second is atomic energy. I mean, what would be the intention of government for going ahead with the atomic energy 100% FDI? Do they want to privatize it to a full extent? And do you feel that this can lead to some kind of a misuse? Or will government have a hold on it? I mean, what do you think should be the policy of India in this regard?
Sir, your question has many parts, so I'll try to answer sequentially. For a first, the intention of the government. The government wants to push nuclear energy as one of the key components of the energy sector in India. We have seen substantial gains in renewable energy, but its intermittency creates problem of baseline energy in the India's power sector. And having nuclear energy, which provides round-the-clock investments, round-the-clock energy source, will be beneficial. As far as increasing the FDI is concerned, it is required because so far in India, only the public sector agency, that is the NPCIL, has held control or has participated in the atomic energy. India does not have, as of now, private sector which are mature enough to participate in the nuclear energy, allowing FDI with significant joint venture with the public sector would enable the transfer of technology, the transfer of expertise, as well as the key components of the small modular reactors that we are trying to push in the country. As far as what should be the policy of the government, a complete privatization, I don't think the government has in mind. Government is looking for a joint venture, sort of joint venture move between the NPCIL and the private sectors, which would involve the key operations will be controlled by the NPCIL, because nuclear energy is also a very a sector where safety is a huge concern, as well as the national security of the country is a concern. But certainly private sector will be allowed in manufacturing of various components and the supply of nuclear fuels.
Tell me something about blockchain technology.
So blockchain is a decentralized ledger-based technology which is used to verify transactions through various nodes distributed across geographies. Blockchain has various applications, primarily being the cryptocurrencies, as well as ensuring verification or cyber secure verification of the various transactions on the internet, as well as ensuring immutability of records.
Why do you think the Bitcoin value is much more in comparison to other coins?
So you'll have to pardon me on this because I'm a novice in financial sectors, but I think Bitcoin had an early start, and but I'm not very sure.
What is NFT?
So NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. It is an asset which is held digitally and which is not fungible, which means that it cannot be duplicated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Puru.
Good afternoon, sir.
So it was really nice listening to you. Puru, tell me one thing. There has been demand by some quarters in India to delete the term socialist and secular from Indian constitution. It is also claimed that it is not the original part of Indian constitution. Apart from political rhetorics, what is your take on this demand?
Sir, although socialist and secular were not the original terms included in the original constitution, but India always had been socialist and secular in spirit. The reason that the founding fathers and mothers did not include socialism and secularism into the original constitution was because the terms had Western connotations and were also implicated into the great power rivalry of the Cold War. But India does have a socialism of its own kind as well as secularism of its own kind. If you ask my opinion, I'm not in the favor of deleting the term because we have our own terms and we have our own understanding of the term, and we are secularist as well as socialist in some sense to the core.
Okay. In North India, there's only one classical dance, Kathak.
Yes.
And we have several classical dances in southern and eastern and northeastern part of India. What is the major reason that we have only one classical dance from North India?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact reasons, although I could venture a guess if you'll allow me. Probably it has to do with the linguistic and the cultural diversity that is inherent in the western and the southern part of the India. In the western and southern part of India, we see different languages such as the Odia, the Marathi, and Telugu, Tamil, and Malayalam. Whereas in the North India, the linguistic variation, although there are different dialects, but the linguistic variation has not been that extreme, has not been that much of vibrant. Also, one of the reasons is that in the North India, we have seen larger empires which had these areas into one single rule, whereas in South India we had various empires, be it the Cholas, the Cheras, the Pandyas, or the Chalukyas for that matter. This might be the reason, although I'm not very sure.
Geopolitically, what is the importance of Sindh in contemporary times? It has been news these days.
Pardon me, is it Sindh?
Sindh.
Sir, Sindh is part of one of the provinces of the Pakistan, and recently we have seen militarization by the Pakistan near the Sir Creeks, and this has drawn comments from the Honorable Defence Minister that militarization near the Sir Creeks would be met with a similar response, because Sir Creek is it has been a long dispute between India and Pakistan, and this militarization would upset the regional balance in the region, in the India-Pakistan border region. This, to my understanding, is the geopolitical context in which you are asking.
Okay. What was difference in approach of Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for the upliftment of depressed classes?
Sir, Mahatma Gandhi was a saint cum politician, while Dr. Ambedkar was a activist cum politician, and this showed in their different approach towards solving the problem of untouchability and the depressed classes. Mahatma Gandhi's idea can be broadly encapsulated as the idea of self-purification. His idea rests upon the responsibility of the so-called upper caste to repent upon the injustice that they have meted out to the fellow Harjans, whereas Dr. Ambedkar stressed upon ideas such as social and political equality of the depressed classes, reservations, and upliftment of them. In fact, later in his career, Dr. Ambedkar even led a significant number of depressed class people into different religion when he did not find any options left into the broader Hinduism.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Puru, before we let you go, you mentioned that you published your research in the journal, right? What is the impact factor when it comes to research publication? You heard the word earlier or not?
No, sir, I have not heard.
Tell me, how do we quantify the quality of research when it comes to journals?
So there can be various parameters. The first most popular parameter is the number of citations, excluding the self citations. The second would be the impact or the use for example, in my case, the use of the research that I did into different pilot studies and adoption by the government in the policy. Third would be patentability of the project, patentability of the research, but I'm not aware of other parameters.
Fine. Nice, Puru. It was nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Puru, when is your interview?
Sir, the date is not out.
Not yet out. And you appeared twice earlier.
Yes.
What were your scores?
So it was 170 in the first attempt.
170.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And 150 in the second attempt.
150. In the second, you got less than the first attempt.
Yes.
What went wrong?
Sir, mentally I had made up my mind that this would be my last attempt, although it did not eventually turn out to be. And this led to a significant pressure into my head, and I was a bit nervous. But added to it, the interview went off in the direction of civil engineering, and 3 of the members were relentless about different aspects of the civil engineering, which I could not recall. And towards the end, I think my body expressions.
Well, you were in that mood कि घर खराब हो गया. But still, I mean, 150 is not fair assessment of yours in general. But I mean, I have this. I mean, with whatever experience I have, I do believe that there is a slight possibility in your personality to sometime make a few board members, like sometime make a few board members go harsh on you. That's a little possibility. I may be wrong. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong, but this is what I could, because we were discussing and trying to figure out why you couldn't clear earlier, because you are a wonderful candidate. Overall, your understanding is good, your analysis is good, you carry a nice personality, there are unlikely to be any other biases against you. So chances of you getting good marks are high. So we thought that maybe you are not doing that good in mains, but that is unlikely because you have cleared back-to-back mains. So we were trying to figure out, and I think there may be some possibility. We'll discuss it in a while. But overall, you're happy with your performance today, or there are areas you're still concerned?
Sir, I'm happy. I think I was stumbling a few, but I don't know whether it impacts my interview or not. But yes, I would want my conversation to be much more fluent, and I could not think of anything that would have out the board, this board. So I'm generally happy with this interview.
See, overall, you're a very good candidate. I mean, we are still trying to figure out what might have went wrong in your earlier attempts. But overall, you're a very good candidate. Talking in specifics, your walk-in is good, your sitting posture is good, your hand movement is restricted, your eye contact is good, flow is good, vocabulary is good. And that is one point I want you to please consider this. You have this tendency of using a lot of keywords in your conversation, right? Which is usually a nice thing, which also should suggest that you have a good vocabulary. But problem with using multiple keywords always is that it essentially make the conversation more mechanical, less human, right? So overuse always tend to make the conversation challenging for the person who is trying to lead the conversation. You getting what I'm saying? So the overuse of certain overuse of keywords in general, incorporating more keywords, will always make conversation less organic. It will become question answer after a while. Right? So what is happening here is you're getting beautiful replies to almost all questions put to you. Your analysis when you were doing the Ambedkar versus Gandhi was wonderful, right? But what is happening is that usually it is not leading to the organic conversation going forward. And my suggestion will be, consider 2 things. 1, judicious use of keywords, right? Second, keep your answers little shorter. See, conversation is always organic when you're able to see where the thirst has gone right? Stop there. Let this counter question come and then take it forward. Do not try to finish whatever you know in the first thing only. I'm giving this detailed a thing because you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, you're a riddle for even a person like me. Saying I'm just trying to figure out, you should have been 180, 190 in the earlier attempts. Why are you 150? I'm not happy with your 150. That can be one-off instance, but 170 is also not your fair assessment. So in that case, you need to rework the strategy a bit. Try and make sure that you cross 180 at least this time. Because if you cross 180, you'll at least get a selection. It will not be a problem. But overall, in general, in terms of content, your understanding is very good. At a few points, it appears that you try to give your statement as final conclusions rather than opinions, especially when you were discussing this being the Western concept and the Indian concept. I would have preferred saying that it is believed. There is an opinion in Indian sociologists like this, rather than you giving a final statement, right? That this is one of the options that it may or may not apply to India, but then you gave example that it is applicable to India, right? So in a sense, it become a little contradictory. I'm not saying that was a big thing, but whenever you're giving an opinion, let it pass as an opinion rather than a verdict, right? Other things are in place. You'll be wearing the same thing? You're still thinking what to wear?
Sir, I have to choose between this navy blue or a grey suit.
Both will work on you. Both will work on you. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll take a haircut, you'll change your socks. Other things are in place. I don't have any suggestion to make as far as the content is concerned apart from these. You want to ask anything?
Sir, I'll solve that riddle for you. Actually, there has been a growth in the character over the years as I prepared for UPSC. So certainly I was a bit unprepared in my first appearances and the second appearances, and the failures have taken me farther towards improvement.
And since your interview date is not yet out, another thing that you can be careful about is that you're not peaking too early. That's been a problem I've seen with wonderful candidates.
Yes.
They peak early and they are not at their best when on the D-Day, right? So if you believe that this is, you said that you're in a growth trajectory, you believe that this is a upside of yours, then work on sustaining it rather than trying even harder and going down, right? So it should come naturally on that day. Today it was looking absolutely natural and without stress, which is good, but make sure that you carry this thing, at least this thing, to the D-Day, right? All the best.
All the very best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.